AKMTV, host of Joe's Nostalgia Overload. And if you want my championship, which I'm holding upside down, you will watch today's episode where I read you the Ultimate Warrior comic book. The Ultimate Warrior comic book. Hold on, I think I'm missing something. Okay, this should make it better. This is Joe's Nostalgia Overload, and I am the Warrior. Now you will read my comic, because I allow you the privilege to see what is inside of a comic book so filled with monstrosity. Okay, anyway, let's get started. Now, this comic made its way to me as a free add-on in my WWF Magazine. The magazine begins with a dictionary definition of what Destrucity is. Care to find out? I'm warning you, it's as long-winded as the Ultimate Warrior is. Destrucity, in its definition, therefore meaning one, the name of the galaxy of warrior within the terrain of testament lies, the living of life in the way of the warrior, according to the warrior's faith, discipline. Those are as follows: physical beliefs, a moment of mastery, attitude, commitment, association, integrity, and wisdom. Kogan. 3. The creating of a truce between one's destiny and one's reality, promising to stay true to what is one destined to be, yet accepting what is now one's reality. Dreams are movies that tell one story, some already told, and some not yet written. Warrior wisdom. Okay, if you want to find out what Parts Unknown is, you must go beyond the portal that enters the galaxy of Destrucity. There lays the worlds of Parts Unknown, and a proving ground, a battlefield known as a terrain of testament. It represents the holding cell of energy created by higher selves who've transcended all levels of evolution. You know, like your Triple H, your Batista, your Flair, your Orton. Now, through further rambling, we learn that Warrior is basically a god. He's the creator and the destroyer. Yeah, this guy is in charge of your galaxy. Makes you wonder who came up with this crap. Oh, the Warrior did. Now, page 1 features a butt-ass naked Ultimate Warrior threatening to take you to his harem. A harem that you're not guaranteed to return from. And I am really hoping that's really tight red trunks and not his ballsack. Thank God he's in clothes again. And he's now rambling about us all being animals and love being a battlefield or something. Oh crap. Warrior's bursting out of his clothes again. And now he's being groped by a bootleg Flash. Okay, this is where I think the story actually starts getting going. Ultimate Warrior is born at the bottom of a volcano. He's bleeding and swearing up a storm. Then, for whatever reason, he stays there for a few seasons, until he decides to get up and do some naked running like Bill DeMott was his trainer. He streaks his way into the forest, and I kind of like to assume that it looked like Dawn's victory sequence in Tekken 3. Once he's finished streaking, he follows the Ultimate Warrior constellation of Destrucity, where apparently he is a care protector to the bad guy from Karate Kid 3. Soon he has a vision of his father, and now he must go back and fight Shredder and the Foot Clan, I guess. His father does reveal what makes the Warrior the Warrior. The Warrior was sent back to Earth to protect us. The Warrior then has to make choices to avoid being corrupted by society, and pick and choose his battles. The Warrior's powers come from being able to balance all 8 parts of Destrucity, which I actually have to admit is a pretty great way to explain any no-selling the Ultimate Warrior ever did. After cutting his wrist and tripping out for a while, the Warrior dives in some water without any scuba gear and doesn't drown. He then redefines gravity by jumping out of the water with full force, where he at some point stumbled upon a bunch of Dr. Doom doppelgangers, and he doesn't just beat them up, he shafakooms them. At some point during the battle, some fisting happened to the Ultimate Warrior. Since that's not how the world works, according to the Ultimate Warrior, he freaks out and tosses the guy like your standard luchador spot. But, like any Power Ranger villain, the Dr. Doom doppelgangers are able to escape. Oh wait, Warrior killed 2 of them. Now, the fisting must have done a number on him, because he now has a flaming ass. Suddenly, we end up back in a city where Russo Swerve, Warrior is a human, and he's in a coma, which was caused by the devil, Steve Blackman. Okay, let's be serious here. I honestly think that what this story's really trying to say is that the Ultimate Warrior imagined the entire thing. Now, how do I come to this conclusion? Well, let's just say that he tripped out on some bad drugs. Now, when he woke up, he was tossed into a dumpster, aka the volcano. Now, when he got out of the volcano, he was still tripping, which is also him getting out of the dumpster, if you follow with me here. Now, when he got out of the dumpster, he went to attack people, aka the Flash that you see. He was naked at the current time, because what good drug rampage isn't complete without somebody flipping out naked. Then, the Dr. Dooms that he fought with are the cops who arrested him. Now, why do I believe this? Because at the very end, he wakes up in a coma. Now, you might say that he's battling between 2 stages, but I just think he's a druggie who flipped out and imagined that, you know, he was the hero in the situation. Also, before I leave, this sounds very close to Warthog's story at the end of Twisted Metal 2, where he wakes up out of his coma. I don't know. The whole thing was really confusing, and it makes you wonder, who was this meant to entertain? Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course. An Arnold Schwarzenegger that has a fascination for chewy ass. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with that nugget to think about. Chewy ass.